call the regular meeting of the Mayor and Council for Monday, November 5th to order. May we rise for silent prayer? Will Councilman Gautier lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by posting on the bulletin board in Borough Hall, by email to the Ridgewood News, the Record, and by submission to all persons entitled to same as provided by law the schedule, including the date and time of this meeting. I'd like to remind all members of the public, or one of you, that we have 3 fire exits in our council chambers, 1 on each side of the dais and 1 in the rear. In addition, we are being recorded by both audio and video for purposes of creating a record during the public portion of the meeting. If any member of the public wishes to be recorded or be heard, they need only identify themselves by stating their full name and address for the record, and they may make a statement or ask any question they would like. Roll call, please.
Councilman Bartoloni.
Here.
Councilwoman Steve.
Here.
Councilman Canigo.
Here.
Councilwoman Davis. Present. Councilman Gautier.
Here.
Councilman Papaleo.
Here.
And Mayor Mignon is absent.
Thank you. Just for the record, I'm Council President Bustede, sitting in for the mayor who is absent with prior notice. I have a motion to approve the minutes of the Mayor and Council regular meeting of October 22nd, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bartoloni.
Yes.
Council President Steve.
Yes.
Councilman Canigo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis.
Yes.
Councilman Gautier.
Yes.
Councilman Papaleo.
This is for the minutes, correct? Abstain.
Thank you. We have no proclamations or awards listed for this evening. I would ask for a motion to open up the meeting for public comments on any item on this agenda.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bartoloni.
Yes.
President Steve.
Yes.
Councilman Fitch.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis.
Yes.
Councilman Gautier.
Yes.
Councilman Papaleo.
Yes.
Thank you. So we're open to the public on any items on the agenda. Seeing no comments, a motion to close, please.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Bartoloni.
Yes.
Council President Steve.
Yes.
Councilman Canigo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis. Yes. Councilman Gautier.
Yes.
Councilman Papaleo.
Yes.
Thank you. We have several appointments and personnel changes. Can I read them all and ask for a second to speak as to second and the roll call? Is ready to do that?
You can do it. You can do it all. You can read them all.
Is there any objection just to move?
No.
Approve the appointment of the Citizens Budget Committee for 2018 as follows. Albert Ruhlman, Anthony Barbary, Teresa Esposito, effective November 6, 2018. Approve the salary increase of Eric Schultz, laborer in the Department of Public Works, from an annual salary of $69,107 to $69,587, due to an increase in longevity from 1440 to 1920, effective October 22nd. Should this be 2018?
Yes.
2018?
17.
Oh, 17?
Oh, no, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, error.
Understood. Approve the resignation of Anthony Name, laborer in the Department of Public Works, effective November 2nd, 2018. Approve the resignation of Jennifer Martinez, clerical floater, effective November 9th, 2018. Approve the salary increase of Brenton Eisendorf, police officer, from an annual salary of $64,443 to a patrol office 15th grade salary of $72,850, effective November 3rd, 2018.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bartoloni.
Yes.
Council President Steve.
Yes.
Councilman Canigo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis.
Yes.
Councilman Gautier.
Yes.
Councilman Papaleo.
Yes.
Thank you. There's various correspondence available for the public from the State of New Jersey Department of Transportation, among others. If anyone's interested, they may see the clerk's office for that correspondence. We also have received monthly reports from the Municipal Alliance Against Substance Abuse from June, July, August, and September, and those are available in the clerk's office as well. We have an ordinance for first reading, Ordinance 1824. Madam Deputy Clerk, would you please read the title?
Ordinance 1824, bond ordinance to authorize the resurfacing of Bogart Road, Section 2, and Howland Avenue, Section 7, Phase 5, and the construction and reconstruction of sidewalks, curbs, and driveway aprons along and in front of a portion of such streets, the general improvement and the construction and reconstruction of sidewalks, curbs, and driveway aprons along and in front of a portion of such streets, a sidewalk improvement in, by, and for the Borough of River Edge in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $698,000 to pay the cost thereof, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of a bond anticipation note in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Bartoloni.
Yes.
Council President Castillo.
Yes.
Councilman Canigo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis.
Yes.
Councilman Gaudier.
Yes.
Councilman Papaleo.
Yes.
Listed for second reading and another reading, or is it two?
No, we have second reading.
Oh, okay. My mistake, thank you. We have the ordinance up for second reading, ordinance 1821. Deputy Clerk, please read the ordinance.
Ordinance 1821, an ordinance of the Borough of River Edge, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, authorizing the change of a street name in accordance with NJSA 40:67-1K.
Thank you. This is to change the name of Riverside Way to John P. Lynch Way in recognition of Superintendent of Public Works, John Lynch.
Madam President, at the last meeting, we had talked about possibly subtitling it so that it remained, and I don't see the change in the ordinance itself.
I believe that we were able to
Yes,
work with that. I don't think it needed to be in the...
Yeah, the mayor had said that that's not required in the ordinance, so we can subtitle it.
Is what he said.
There will be a second placard remembering Riverside Way.
We had just discussed that it would be in the ordinance, so I was just pointing that out. Okay.
I have a motion to open to the public on this ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bartoloni.
Yes.
Council President Castillo.
Yes.
Councilman Canigo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis.
Yes.
Councilman Gaudier.
Yes.
Councilman Papaleo.
Yes.
Any comment from the public? Seeing none, motion to close, please.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bartoloni.
Yes.
Council President Castillo. Councilman Canigo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis.
Yes.
Councilman Gaudier.
Yes.
Councilman Papaleo.
Yes.
Thank you. I have a motion to adopt ordinance 1821.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? I believe you know. Roll call.
Roll call.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bartoloni.
Yes.
Council President Castillo.
Yes.
Councilman Canigo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis.
Yes.
Councilman Gaudier.
Yes.
Councilman Papaleo.
Yay.
Thank you. The motion is adopted. Ordinance 1822. Madam Deputy Clerk, would you please read it by title?
Ordinance 1822, an ordinance amending Article 2, Chapter 206, fees, and Chapter 268, licensing of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of River Edge, County of Bergen, and State of New Jersey.
Thank you. This is establishing licensing of those establishments that sell electronic smoking devices. May I have a motion to open this public hearing on this ordinance?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bartoloni.
Yes.
President Castillo.
Oh, yes.
Councilman Canigo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis.
Yes.
Councilman Gaudier.
Yes.
Councilman Papaleo.
Yes.
Open to the public on any comments? Seeing none, motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
May I have a motion on the adoption of ordinance 1822?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Okay.
Only introduction.
Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bartoloni.
Yes.
President Bastille?
Yes.
Councilman Kanigo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Gaudier?
Yes.
Councilman Papaleo?
Yes.
Thank you. Ordinance 1822 is adopted. Ordinance 1823, Deputy Clerk, would you please read by title?
Ordinance 1823, a capital ordinance of the Borough of River Edge in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, authorizing the road resurfacing at various locations, Phase 4 in said borough, and appropriating the sum of $171,500 from Bergen County Community Development Grant Program funds to pay the cost thereof.
The motion to open this to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're open to the public on this item. Seeing no comments, motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 1823?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bartoloni?
Yes.
Council President Bastille?
Yes.
Councilman Kanigo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Gaudier?
Yes.
Councilman Papaleo?
Yes.
Thank you. The ordinance 1823 is adopted. We have a variety of resolutions on by consent. Would anybody like to pull any ordinance out for discussion or separate vote? Seeing none, may I have a motion to approve by consent resolution 18330 through 18342?
So moved.
You know what, actually, could we just talk about 342?
Sure. You'd like to make a motion to...
Yeah, I'd like to make that motion. Hold on.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Well, I had a question. I read through the explanation of why we were going to go through go to this particular company as opposed to the other company. And it seems like the other company is like 11,000 cheaper, correct?
Yeah, if I may, yes, the other company is less expensive, but this is what we call competitive contracting bid.
Okay.
In competitive contracting, different weights are assigned to different criteria. And cost, you see 15% in terms of the weighting toward the cost factor. So even though they scored higher because of a lower cost, overall, it was judged that the other software company was better in terms of its price and other factors considered.
So is the other software going to reduce manpower to use it?
No, it's not going to reduce manpower, but there are a number of features that will, which will make us more efficient over our current system, and will position you for the future in terms of other types of services that you'd like to offer.
Okay, so the efficiency, this system is effectively more efficient, and that's why we go with the more...
No, I'm not saying it's more efficient, but it does have some deficiencies over our present system.
Well, with the other system being considered, have the same efficiencies over the...
No, when we look at the software, on balance, the Edmunds system had more bells and whistles than the other system. It's positioned much better for the future.
Okay.
So I recommend it, the tax collector recommends it, and the account supervisor recommends it.
Okay.
But you're right in your observation that the other cost was lower.
Thank you.
Do you want a separate vote, or are you satisfied with your question?
I'm satisfied.
I have a motion to approve by consent 18-330 through 18-342.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I'm going to ask our chairman of the Finance Committee, Councilman Bartoloni, to read 18343, payment of the bills, please.
Thank you. Whereas vouchers for the payment of goods and services rendered to the Borough of River Edge have been received, and whereas each bill has been checked by the receiving department, approved by the Chief Financial Officer and Borough Clerk, and reviewed by the 3 members of the Finance Committee, now therefore be it resolved that bills as listed now be confirmed for payment from the appropriate funds as follows. Current account, $8,757,749.55. Capital account, $229,821.36. Recreation account, $3,604.06. Animal welfare account, $2,902.80. Self-insurance account, $4,913.07. Trust other account, $5,842.11. Open space account, $761.99. Trust other developers account, $1,825. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Now we're going to open, I'd like to motion to open the hearing to the public on any item.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now open to the public on anything the public might want to discuss. Seeing none, may I have a motion to close to the public?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Negri, if you would like to excuse yourself prior to council comments?
I would appreciate that. Thank you. It's a family matter that I would like to attend to.
You're more than welcome.
Council's, excuse me for the rest of the meeting.
You're more than welcome. Enjoy your evening.
Enjoy.
Have a good night now.
Mr. Burrows, are we waiting for Mr. Jackowski?
I think so. I mentioned only
6:30. Yep. Okay, so we're going to do council comments. We have time, so council comments. Let's begin with Mr. Councilman Kinika.
Thank you, Council President. First of all, I'd like to congratulate our very own Mary Davis for having been recognized as Realtor, New Jersey Realtor of the Year this past weekend. It is a great honor, and we are thrilled that the recognition was bestowed upon you and that you are with us. I have been working on the interlocal agreement. I have been in touch with Dr. Bendove and spoken to her. I spoke to her on Saturday at the Korean Day for some time, and I have an idea of what it is that the Board of Education is looking for. I have spoken to some of the parties in interest, including the Recreation Department here, and I'm working on drafting something that I will soon be able to present to our town attorney for his review. Once he approves it, then I'll circulate it to the council. Once the council approves it, then we can get it over to the school board for their process over there. But in the next couple of weeks, we should be along in that respect. And I was there on Saturday for the Korean Day activities, and it was a wonderful exposition. Everything that was shown to us, the dances, the martial arts, the art, was something really special, and it's something great that we have in this community. Thank you.
Councilwoman Davis.
Thank you. River Ridge Fire Department held their drill yesterday, and there were over 50 firefighters that came from our town and surrounding town. River Ridge Ambulance was there also on a standby basis, and River Ridge Police did a great job with the traffic control on the whole street. One block was closed. They still have a lot of pre-planning to do, as the construction nears completion. The drill itself was a big success, and I personally compliment the chief and the department for being so proactive in this. They're really doing a great job. The health department, Joanna, was able to find 3 noise ordinances regarding dogs, and I sent it over to Tom and also to Mayor, and we'll be looking on them.
Yeah, we'll have a draft for work session.
Perfect. And then SCORE today, coming down there, Joe, be there for a little while, and myself and running for council. They were very open. Everybody talked very nicely. They could care less about taxes because they've all frozen their taxes. So they were mumbling over, I mean, we don't care about the taxes. But they were very, very interested in the community center and hoping they're going to be alive when it finally happens. We were trying to tell them within a year, hopefully it will be. But Al did a good job. He had the plans and all, and everybody did a nice job, and we were all welcomed very nicely.
Thank you, Council President. So again, congratulations, Mary, on being Realtor of the Year for New Jersey. Beautification Committee did not meet in November, but they will be meeting this Thursday. Stalks have gone up and flowers have been changed out. Other items will be going up soon. The DPW is attempting to put all of our snowflakes up at the end of November, beginning of December. So we will have those decorations going. The Mayor Council tasked me with speaking to DPW about the heating concerns on Borough Hall first floor. I immediately reached out to DPW, and I have a short report on that. It seems that when the system was switched over from heat to air conditioning back in May, that there was a leak, and the leak was identified and repaired. Soon after that, though, a valve failed. It was replaced, and it failed again. DPW had a service contract that was not being properly serviced by the company that we have, so they switched. And then they had to switch again because that company called us and said, we'll no longer be servicing you. They had they had an issue with traveling to River Edge from central New Jersey. DPW then went through a series of service companies that they were attempting to bring on board. It appears that that what has occurred is that there was a failure on the motherboard of the system. So DPW was finally able to negotiate a deal with a new service company that is actually a subsidiary of the company that designed the system, LG company, LG Certified System. They were here last week, and they came in and they had the computer software and instruments to tie into our system and evaluate that the valve had failed again. There were still some leaks which now could be identified because of the software, and that and the motherboard was an issue. So DPW then ordered the materials. I got an update today on the phone. The materials have been located and they are being ordered. In the meantime, our mayor, Mayor Mignon, and I had met with the DPW the very next day after the council meeting, and when I was calling, they had just ended that meeting, and had authorized the DPW to buy heaters for the first floor because they were sitting there in coats. I spoke to Gita and the secretary, as the representative secretary that I thought it would be appropriate to speak to on the first floor, and she had told me that they had already bought 2 heaters out of their budget. And because DPW had said, well, the temperature was pretty good, but that was because of their heaters, electric heaters. I then called back to the DPW and asked them to convey that the mayor had thought 4 heaters might be necessary, and that the 2 extra heaters be purchased. The parts that are being ordered are coming from Korea. So there was a known delay after the service assessment was completed. As of today, as I said, those parts have not yet come in, so there are still issues with the first floor temperature control. I'd like to also just mention to the council that the council had asked about the bench. Environmental Protection Commission had asked where should we place the bench that will be dedicated to John Lynch. The DPW workers did not want to make that decision without Lisa Hessman. She was away on vacation. She came back today, and I spoke to her on the phone today. And she's thinking one of the parks, because John had such an affection for the parks, and he considered it his pride and joy. So, but Rick and Chris and Jason felt that could we have a whole ceremony where we would dedicate the street and the bench at the same time. So that would, of course, delay any sort of celebration if the council chooses to do that. There was also question that I had been asked about the leaves. Leaves are always picked up the first Monday of November, and that has begun. We did have some equipment down. It was actually the leaf vacuum, but it's been repaired. Our new cat has arrived. It went through a slight training period, and now it's out on the road to the best of knowledge. So I wanted to report all of those. I want to make sure I just didn't leave anything out. I don't know if the council has any questions. Oh, here's, I want to make sure I talk about that thing. So the new storm drain vacuum, that's the straight job. It's a several-ton truck that we use to vacuum out the storm drains so that we don't get flooding in the town. That has been delayed. We purchased that in this year's capital budget, and the reason why is there is a shortage of commercial cabs and chassis that are being manufactured. This is part of the trade war fallout. So they originally we had thought it would be coming in right about now, but they haven't even started manufacturing yet because they don't have the cabs or the chassis to manufacture it. So we're looking late spring and for the cabs and chassis to come in, and then 160 days to build it. So we're looking about this time next year due to the trade wars that have occurred. Because I'd asked, I can't understand how a business can possibly function like this, and it was explained to me that some of these items come from Canada and some come from other countries, and so there's this huge backlog. I don't know if anyone in the council has any other question, but if not, that's my report.
Thank you. Just before we go to Councilman Bartoloni, so it seems there's an open question about the dedication of John Lynch Way and the bench. It's my feeling we wait for the mayor to return before we have that conversation, so if that's okay with everyone, we'll wait for the next one. Councilman Bartoloni?
Thank you. Just a reminder, November 15th, 7 p.m. Is the discussion panel we're going to have at the library regarding sexual violence. I know a lot of you may be away at the League, but if not, please come and support it. Hopefully it'll be the first of many discussion panels that we can have on serious topics. Also, Riverdale High School has a program where they try and match students who need community service hours and the like with senior citizens. And the students will come and do snow removal for the seniors. So if you know anyone who's interested in that, I did bring it up at SCORE today. I told them about it, to contact the borough and get on that list so that they can have free snow removal services. And if you know any students at the high school who need hours as well, to see Miss Liberta, and she will set them up with that. I also went to the Korean Day festivities. The programming was amazing. The food was fantastic. If you didn't have a chance to stop and eat, it was very good. They said they got it catered at H Mart in Paramus if anybody wanted to go get it themselves, because it actually was really, really good. on a personal note, my 5-6 girls Riverdale soccer team won this year, so I'm very proud of them.
Congratulations.
And my 3-4 team came in second. We had 3 wins, 3 ties, and the team that beat us had 4 wins and 2 ties, but we didn't lose a game, so they were fantastic. It's always a lot of fun. They're great girls. I love doing it. And they definitely need to reseed down at KBG, because that field is absolutely torn up after a long season. And at DPAC, I believe they started construction today to redo that field over there, because it's pretty gone as well. So that field is done until I think like the spring as they redo that. Back to here, the Ethernet line that we needed to run from there over to here has been installed by our DPW, so I can hook up the last piece of equipment to the TV, so we can have that going. Then we can just call Cablevision. They'll make their adjustments. Verizon's already online, and hopefully once we train everybody in how to use it, we can have that up and running by the end of the year. So we should be able to have River Edge TV. Let's see, I was at SCORE today. They're always very nice and accommodating. We talked a lot about the senior center. As Mary said, a lot of them still think they will never see it, that it's 3 to 5 years off. Tried to assure them that it was not. Carolyn, our rec director, did meet with the architect, and based on her recommendations, there were some proposed changes, and I'll circulate those to everybody. There's also the traffic study is underway. If you've been out front the library, you'll have noticed the speed limit counter there that was donated, or I shouldn't say lent to us by Paramus, because ours were broken and we needed new ones, and they were good enough to get it for us so that we could use it, so that we can conduct that. And hopefully, I think the traffic engineer has enough times gone by for him to actually get a sense of the traffic in that area to render a report. So hopefully once the mayor comes back, that can be done. And Costa Engineering has worked up different configurations for the parking as well. So different configurations in anticipation of however the traffic engineer comes out, so that can actually move forward sooner than later. But that's done. So, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Speed. Congratulations as well to Councilwoman Davis, Realtor of the Year in New Jersey. It's a huge honor. Congratulations, ma'am. On Saturday, the Korean Day event was amazing. The musical and martial arts presentations were truly impressive. I was at SCORE today as well and spoke to the members, and they are welcoming as always and very nice people, and it was a good time. And the second grade Red Bulls were undefeated as well. I attributed that to great coaching. So,
Thank you. Congratulations to Councilwoman Davis on her fabulous honor, and she brings accolades to the whole borough for her professionalism, so congratulations. I'd like to thank the League of Women Voters and the PTOs from Cherry Hill and Roosevelt who hosted a candidates forum for the Board of Ed candidates. It's great to see people wanting to be engaged regardless of the side of the aisle they fall on, so thank you to them. It was a very interesting evening. Korean Day program was wonderful. Thank you to the River Edge Korean Parents Network for sharing pieces of their culture with us. Thanks to the rec department for a wonderful Halloween parade last week. Really superbly attended. So many new young families. It was really exciting to see the enthusiasm of the younger families. SCORE was lovely today. I had to come in and come out due to my work schedule, but thank you to them as always for hosting. I just wanted to let the council know, in case they don't, that Carolyn Beldanza has expressed to me some frustration she's having with the email server, and she's having a difficult time even communicating with the commission. Emails are getting bounced back. She was very concerned with the Halloween rescheduling of the parade, that people weren't being notified, so we need to do something to improve our communication out with the public in that respect. I just want to recognize the efforts of this council to really take some proactive steps regarding e-cigarettes and vaping. We've really worked together as a team to respond to concerns of our residents. Number one, including the public schools as a place of violation of using e-cigarettes, which is a tremendous step, and I'm hopeful that Oradell will follow our lead. As of yet, they have not, but I'm proud of our work. And I want to thank the schools and the police department for working together. I know they're working very hard on how they're going to enforce that. And tonight we took a step to put a licensing fee in place for any establishment that will sell those products, and the funds will go back into preventative education. So I want to thank the council for working proactively on that. I just wanted to follow up with Mr. Sarlo about, we discussed a memo perhaps regarding the opting out from the cannabis sales.
We'll circulate that, we anticipate, so you can discuss that at the next work session.
Perfect.
And you can introduce it if you so choose.
Great.
Yep.
And I can't believe I'm the only one that's going to remind everybody of their important right to go out and vote tomorrow. Regardless of where you stand, you cannot give up your right to vote, so please, everyone, get out to vote. And I think we are looking for a motion to adjourn and go into closed session.
So moved.
Motion to adjourn the public session?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So we are adjourned. Mr. Chakowski and Mr. Behrens, if you'd like to come forward, we'll open up our closed session. Do I have a motion to go into